Alright, what's going on, people? It is Friday the 25th of August 2023 and you join me in Belfast, back on the road again. So in Belfast, we're here from Friday till Monday, big weekend of partying ahead. It's August bank holiday weekend, so looking forward to exploring Northern Ireland for the first time. I've been to Dublin before, I've been to the Republic of Ireland, but I've never been to Northern Ireland, so looking forward to continuing our UK tour. For those of you who don't know, me and a couple of mates called Sam and Damien doing a UK tour of all the cities. I'm basically doing a party tour, trying to find which city has the best night out. And for this weekend, we're in Belfast, 3 days, back to back, an extra night because it's bank holiday, nights to go now, as well as exploring Belfast, busy weekend. So I want to bring you guys along. So there's 6 of us here, get to meet them hopefully over the weekend. It's about 10 o'clock now, I've literally just arrived in Belfast. Had a bit of a nightmare, my flight got cancelled, but I'm thankfully managed to jump onto a later flight, which was actually earlier but then got delayed. Messy. And now I'm about to head out and go meet the lads. Belfast, night 1, let's go. Stay tuned for Belfast, bank holiday weekend. The UK tour continues, let's go. How we doing? You join me in Belfast.
Here we go.
Oh, actually, you join me in Carrickfergus. The lads are here. We've got Sam, we've got Damien, Gavin, John, Tim. We're in Carrickfergus Castle. So today we're on like a Game of Thrones tour. So basically they're going to take us around all the hotspots of the Game of Thrones, including Giant's Causeway. But obviously I've never watched Game of Thrones, so this is going to be a bit, I'm not going to get any of this, but it's still be nice to see a bit of Northern Ireland. So then Sam, what are you saying?
Back by popular demand. Some of the videos got up to 30 views. I think we went viral last time. Netflix got in touch, but we said we're waiting for a bigger Amazon contract.
Yeah. Anyway, just going back to last night, I dropped my bags off at the Airbnb. I think you saw me there, and then I went out in Belfast with these guys. A good night actually. It was pretty decent for a first night out in Belfast. A couple of bars, and then ended up with like some live music place, which is really decent. Today, like I said, Giant's Causeway tour and on the hotspots, and then tonight we're back out in Belfast. So stay tuned. This is location 1, Carrickfergus Castle, and catch you shortly. And I'll say again, like Ireland is one island in Northern Ireland I've never been, but when I've been to Dublin, it's been one of the favourite places I've ever been to. I don't know, just there's like this sense of calmness when I've been here the last 2 times. Like it's difficult to explain, and everyone's so friendly as well, which I really like. So yeah, I'm really excited and really wanting to come to Belfast to sort of experience Northern Ireland. But yeah, absolutely love Ireland. It's just a fantastic place, especially on a day like today. Obviously I wish it was a tiny bit sunnier, but yeah, it's nice. It is nice. Also, apologies, I'm a bit flat, a bit monotone. I'm very tired. It's been a long week in work and then obviously out last night, so a bit fragile in terms of tiredness, but we persevere. So in the distant background, right down there, that is Belfast city centre, and then obviously this is Carrickfergus. That's Carrickfergus Castle, which is was up there. So this castle apparently Game of Thrones wanted to use for filming, but they weren't allowed to because of its use by the general population here, schools, etc. But it's turned as a bit of a reference point, and I believe, I've been told, it was used for the film of Dungeons and Dragons. See a bit of sort of media knowledge, you guys. Still in Belfast as well, really like it. It's weird, and it's the same sort of feeling when I went to Jersey, where like, I've gone on a fight, but I'm obviously in the UK, and where to get my head around. But yeah, it's first thoughts, do like it. Looking forward to exploring a bit more over the next 3 days.
Are we? You have to let us know when we're live.
You're live.
You're live. There's a massive red dot on it.
Alright. This is stop 1 of Game of Thrones. We are in...
Hang on a minute, Sam, you come in a minute. You can't like be half in, half out. It doesn't work.
And we've just seen the Night's Watch Castle. Go on, keep going.
You can hear me because of the wind, but stop number 2. Place called Carnlow, so it's Carnlow Harbour, this area. And basically, our bus is taking us basically up the coast, and I say this to Damien, like, it's absolutely stunning. The coast, like, I've said this before, I've also been to sort of Ireland before, and the coastline is absolutely stunning, it's beautiful. And just seeing, like, yeah, I just love being around water, and the Irish coastline is phenomenal. think you'd agree with that. I think you'd all agree with that.
Any comments, Damien?
I don't disagree.
Tim, any comments?
Short but sweet. And cut! Right, stop number 3, Cushedon Caves. Honestly, I've got no idea where this fits into Game of Thrones because, as I've said before, I've never watched a single episode.
Sachi, you really stick out like a sore thumb in this group.
Everyone else has got like a fancy dress on, the sword, and there's me, not adhering to the fancy dress code. But I tell you what, I keep saying it's absolutely beautiful today. What a day! What an absolute day! Beautiful.
You've got the physique for it as well. Mine's not quite what it used to be. Are we on film? I had no idea. Oh, we're just here. I think there was a rowing boat scene as well. You know the blacksmith, Robert Baratheon's son. Oh, yeah, quite a famous guy. And then there was the birth of a demon here. And now we've birthed our very own demon.
Sam, do you want to just become a tour guide?
I really should. I should charge you it. Can this go on the page?
Page YouTube, the Patreon.
Subscribers only. Only Sam's. You got it.
Yeah, it took him a minute. Final stop of the day, Giant's Causeway. Giant's Causeway. Next scenes will be some massive stones. Wow. See in a second. 15-minute walk where me and Damien leading the troops. Yeah. And Giant's Causeway is literally just there, about 30 seconds away. So yeah, catch you there. It seems very busy. The weather isn't great either. Irish weather. Cold, windy, bit of drizzle. Oh, hi Sam. Did you want to get in it? Just saying what we're almost at Giant's Causeway. Excited. The height of our trip. So far. Yeah. Until we get up there. Yeah, I know. I'll be even higher. I know.
Sam actually suggested we go up right there first so that we can see the views, but Sachi just shot it down.
I think it was the other way around. I was the only one to go up there for the views. But
I think sometimes when you're in a group, when it's a 5-to-1 vote, sometimes got to go with the 5. That's the right thing to do. I
completely agree.
You're learning.
Yeah.
It's your first time solo travelling in a group of 6.
It is very cool setup. I'll swing you around now. It's just very busy. There's many tourists, including myself and Damien.
I'm trying to look stoic right now. But no, it's been good. It's very enjoyable. Yeah, it's been great. Good experience. Really great. Very cool. It's one of the, I think for me, it's one of these things that like exactly how I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, like, well, it's close to top. It's not over heights, not under heights. It's just bang on. You know what I mean? Nah, the appropriately coordinated. Yeah.
Live on the Sachin cam. Wild Sachin going for a walk. Anything to add? How do you rate the tour guide?
The tour guide, 6 out of 10. I think we get the
Views? I mean, in fairness, the tour guide didn't really mention Game of Thrones very much for a Game of Thrones tour, so probably got as much from the rest of us as the rest of us.
Right, we're gonna go there.
Oh yeah.
Right, we've had a fun day at the Giant's Causeway and on our tour. highlight for me was actually going to Giant Causeway and the bus back, because I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it that much. Well, that's the point. I know. Had a nap on the bus. That was the best bit of it. I don't know. I just didn't find it that great, because maybe I didn't know Game of Thrones, but
there wasn't much Game of Thrones. It was just the nice parts of Northern Ireland.
Yeah, and to be fair, they were nice, they were beautiful, but it's just you show me this random place and this is Game of Thrones. I'm like, okay, fine. Anyway, 92 Belfast. You excited?
I'm very excited.
Well,
get back in the dirty onion.
What's that about? Is that about we're going to?
That's where we went last night, where we ended.
Oh yeah, decent place actually.
It was very good, yeah.
So next scenes will probably be the morning. See you in a bit. Morning. How are we doing? Sunday, the twin hours night. Decent little night. Belfast, not too shabby. It was, yeah, I went to some places the night before, a place called Dirty Onion. But most of the night in there, it's decent crowd, decent vibe. Can't really complain. Then up, it's about 11 o'clock now. I want to say semi-early, but it's not early at all. Just a bit tired now, 2 nights in a row, without tonight. Long weekend. But hey, it is what it is. Just got to power through. So this morning, the lads have gone to a walking tour. I'm on my way to meet a lady called Carly, who I did a property course with. She lives over here in Northern Ireland, and I think we're gonna hang out, chat property, and yeah, catch up. I've not seen her in about a year, I think. So I was obviously in Belfast, so I thought I'd just come and say hello to her, see what she's up to. Always good to be around property folk, and also interesting to see like how she's progressing with Northern Ireland. So yeah, that's the plan for this morning, and I think this evening, as she said, whee! Okay, and then this afternoon we go to Titanic series. I see you soon. Flipping Belfast. So we've been having a nice conversation and chat. Carl having a nice conversation about life, property, and what she's been up to. She's up to exciting plans. So if you're in Northern Ireland, you're interested in property, get on Flipping Belfast on Instagram. She's the one to talk to about property in Northern Ireland. Hi with the lads. How's the walking tour?
Interesting, sacked it off. A few other questionable facts and opinions through the potato famine and other various aspects of Northern Ireland, and then he moved into full-on conspiracy theories about police payoffs and stuff like that.
And that wasn't something that you were interested in?
And as well, we weren't really seeing much of Belfast. I could have tolerated it if we were seeing the city.
Yeah.
But we'd seen like 2 things because you just kept stopping. Closing other comments, Damo?
No, that pretty much sums it up, to be quite honest with you.
So,
yeah.
Fair?
That's Gavin, his take.
Gavin, what was your take? What was your take on the walking tour?
It's not one I would recommend. I think we could have done with some more factual history about various buildings and history and things like that. And that's as much as I'll say on camera regarding the walking tour.
Okay.
So I'm excited for the Titanic Museum and the Game of Thrones walking tour we're doing right now.
So that sums it up.
Yeah.
Don't do the walking tour. Don't do that particular one. Our better ones out there in Belfast. And these are from an experienced walking tour.
Yeah, we love them.
Solo walking
tours. Right, next scene's Titanic, I think. What are we saying about Belfast? What are we saying about Belfast?
It's a delightful city. Lots of attractions.
Did you enjoy your night last night?
Certainly
Good
did.
Night out.
It very much was.
How does it compare to Glasgow and any other nights out?
How does it compare to Glasgow? Good selection of bars, good vibe overall.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's been decent. It's been.
People are easier to understand here than in Glasgow, which is always nice.
I found the night out, it reminded me a bit of Sheffield.
Ooh.
Just in terms of like some pretty good bars, but like there wasn't like an outstanding club, but a good night out. It's like you were saying yesterday, if it was a rating on the night out alone, it wouldn't be top, but overall experience in the city, it's probably at the top out of all these trips we've done.
Fair.
Because Glasgow, I did enjoy the trip. It was a poor night out.
Yeah. There you go. Honest review of the nightlife. Obviously still got many more cities to go, but I think I'd like to come back to Belfast so far. I think it's quite a bit we haven't actually done and explored, so I'd be keen. Anyway, we're going to continue we're actually on a Game of Thrones tour led by our tour guide, Dr. Gavin Gordon. So he will be taking us around.
Sachin has a very important announcement to make.
Right, for those of you who don't know, Spa in Northern Ireland, or Ireland as well, they do the nicest baguettes. Basically it's like a Subway but more cost efficient. So what you got to do, right, is go in, you can design your own sort of various flavours, and then the result is a delicious baguette in my case. You can get rolls, you can get wraps, you can get baguettes. white roll, sweet chili chicken, mayo, lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, Thousand Island, heated up. Just goodness in the sandwich. You've got to try it. If you're ever in Northern Ireland, get yourself a Spa. It's a more cheaper and better Subway. So,
Here's one for you. What do pirates say?
I don't know.
Arr. Where do pirates do their shopping?
Spa.
Spar.
Titanic experience behind me. Just finished. The museum was fantastic. Was absolutely fantastic. One of the best museums I've ever been to. The way it was put together was really well done. So if you're ever in Belfast, I would 100% recommend it. Well worth the price, and it sort of just takes you through from like just before sort of how Belfast was a city before Titanic, and then it takes you and it tells you about the sort of the shipping industry here and the building industry here, and then it obviously takes you through to the disaster and then after it as well. Absolutely fantastic. And then I'm now here, so the museum is there behind me, and now I'm here. So these two, you see all these pillars here? So this area signifies where Titanic and another ship called the Olympic were built. So this is the exact spot along here. Titanic was built here, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. That I'm kind of like walking where Titanic was sort of built. But yeah, very good museum. Up there, top 3 museums I've possibly ever been to. Fantastic. Right, I'm just gonna have a walk to the end and I'm gonna pop back, and then there's a ship called the Nomadic, which is, I believe, the last remaining White Star Line. So White Star Line were the company that owned Titanic, so they have one ship left remaining, which is the Nomadic, which is the front of the museum. So I'm gonna go over there shortly and have a look. So this is the SS Nomadic. Like I said, this was obviously a sister ship, or small version of the Titanic. 1/4 of the size of Titanic. Went inside, very interesting. And yeah, it's permanently here now, so it's not used. So it's just used as part of the exhibition of the Titanic. But very interesting. Yeah, worth a visit. Morning, how are we doing? And it was Queen's University, Belfast. So just take back to last night. We went out last night, me and Damien. Nothing too major, just a couple of drinks, and then called it an early one. This morning for breakfast was not a great breakfast, as I decided to throw it back up, which is not pleasant. Feeling a bit grim this morning, but just thought I'd just take a walk, get some fresh air. So decided to come to the university, Queen's University, Belfast. The building is very impressive behind me. Very impressive building. Yeah, I think John came here a couple of days ago and said it was really quite cool to have a look at, so I'm just going to have a bit of a nosy and burn some time. Because I need to head to the airport around 6 and about 2 o'clock now, so just want to burn a couple of hours, get some late lunch and then head to the airport. So that is the plan for today. Plan a few hours in Belfast, let's go. Right, how are we doing? Belfast, done, dusted. I'm at the airport now, and it's been an okay day. Not felt great because I was feeling a bit ill this morning. But all things considered, it's been a very good weekend, very enjoyable. Last time we'll be back Sunday, so just going to take a few more bits that I haven't had time for this weekend. But yeah, that rounds up this video, and didn't really do much after the Queen's University. Back, got a bit of lunch, and then just chilled, did a bit of work. And now at the airport, don't even want to get home. There's been like air traffic control problems, where they've cancelled a load of flights, and every single flight pretty much, apart from one of the one after mine, has been cancelled. So don't know, this probably is the end of this video, but maybe I have some updates in terms of actually being able to get home tonight. So fingers crossed, my flight actually goes, scheduled to go and scheduled to depart. I'm flying back to Liverpool instead of Manchester because my original flight to Manchester got cancelled, which is very frustrating, but I'd be grateful just to get back home when I can, based on the issues that have happened today. So fingers crossed my flight actually goes, it's still scheduled for tonight. So going to bounce up here, thanks so much for watching. It's been such a fun trip, such a good way to spend back holiday weekend, and I can't wait for our next UK city, which is Edinburgh. I'll see you guys soon. See you later.